Keep your mic off unless.
Okay.
Hello, so welcome everyone. We are bringing a very special segment today. Today's segment is something unique that we have not done in the past. This is more about the dental professionals. Due to COVID, as you know, like all other industries, dentists have also to change their lifestyle, working style, and the way they have been working in their offices. We want to make sure that the public knows some other aspects of dentists too, that during their life, along with their private practice, along with their business, along with their jobs, they have been involved in some other things too. So they are contributing in multidisciplinary ways to the society. So I'm very lucky today. I have with me two great dentists who have been contributing a lot to the society in general, to the community. So without taking too much of your time, I would like to first introduce Dr. Gurinder Atwal, who's practicing in Tracy. Dr. Atwal, welcome to the studio.
Thank you. Thank you for having me on.
Thank you so much, doctor. And then I'm gonna welcome Dr. Puneet Sandhu. She's a private practitioner in Milpitas. Dr. Sandhu, welcome.
Thank you so much, Dr. Panu. It's a pleasure to be here with you.
Okay, so I'm so glad that we all are here together on this show today. So I would like to start with Dr. Atwal first. Dr. Atwal, a lot of people have already started joining us. They're going to start asking a question. Actually, I'm already getting texts like, "What is this program about?"
Right.
So while I am actually, let me tell people a little bit about this program today. In the meantime, you can do your Facebook sharing thing. Then we'll continue. This is a little more informal program. So it's not like a interview on CNN or something. So we will try to talk as at an ease, and also you can feel free now to change your on the Facebook. Try to share it on your timeline so that we can get more people involved. In the meantime, I will tell all the listeners while the doctors are doing that, please share this live uh, talk show right now so that you can talk to the dentists. We want to talk now about other things other than dental, but if you have any dental question, feel free to ask now so that we can continue this wonderful relation between the society and the dentist. That is the purpose of today's talk show. So before getting into some calls or some people's question, I would like to ask Dr. Puneet Sandhu to give her bio, tell us more, and especially why we got her in today. There is a special reason that she's not only dentist; she has been doing some other amazing thing. I would like Dr. Dr. Puneet Sandhu to tell herself the wonderful things that she has been doing. Dr. Sandhu.
Thank
Ji.
Dentist practicing in Milpitas. But more importantly, I do have a little side gig that I really, really enjoy doing. I wish it was a permanent gig. It's I'm in the Air Force, so I get to be a soldier also. And as you can see, I also have a little one who's photobombing here or video bombing. So yes, so being in the military, we really don't get the time off. We still have to go in and do our soldier duties. So we're trying to get a lot of our folks out. The National Guard has been activated. Even though they're out there, they have to be physically fit too, which requires us to do their dental exams. So, in spite of all of this happening, the background work doesn't stop. So, we have thousands of soldiers who are activated. So, we are actively seeing them doing their dental exams so they can go out there and help the public. So, that's what I've been doing in the meantime while everything is shut down.
Thank you so much, Dr. Sandhu. Really appreciate it, especially your service to the nation. That is the biggest honor for anyone in this world to serve the country along with their regular job. So, really means a lot that we have a fellow dentist who is serving in the United States Army.
Very, very proud, and it is an honor for me too.
Thank you. And we will get to your family background also later. Let me get a quick brief. Dr. Atwal has a very long CV. If you start telling everything, it's going to take us just 1 hour for his CV. So, Dr. Atwal, please summarize your dental career and the other wonderful things that you have been doing for the community.
Well, thanks for having me. And it was wonderful hearing Dr. Puneet and her service, and thanks for her service as well. My background goes, I would say about 25 years ago, I got my dental degree, and then I came to the United States from India to UK and got some education, and then to Loma Linda, and then basically been in practice for about 20 plus years in Tracy, California. It's been an honor, actually. I started with 0 patients, and it's been outstanding experience for me to serve the community and do my best here. Apart from dentistry itself, I have wide variety of interest in traveling, hiking, doing some volunteer work. Two of my close projects close to my heart are, one is in East Africa, where we actually go and teach the local community to take care of dental emergencies. So actually, we empower them, and in terms we certify them so that they can get employed by the government of Tanzania, East African country. Second project, the volunteer ones we do is in Cambodia. That's a very close to my heart as well. Apart from that, local, small projects like Seva Group, we go and feed the homeless in San Francisco. Pretty much, I would say every third Saturday of the month. Small little, small little projects around like that, and it's been an honor to be on a giving end rather than a receiving end. What can I say? It's been a blessing.
Thank you so much, Doctor. Really appreciate that. And we have with us now Dr. Hema Patel also. Hi, Dr. Hema. How are you? Welcome to the show.
Hi. Hi, thank you. Thanks
Thank
for
you so
having
much.
me.
Thank you. So, for all our wonderful listeners, we have with us now Dr. Hema Patel also. She's also a wonderful dentist. So, we have been very fortunate today to have with us three great dentists who, along with dentistry, have something unique that has, in a way, directly or indirectly contributed a lot to the society. So, before we get too much into details, let's get a brief intro from Dr. Hema Patel about the wonderful things that she have been doing along with dentistry. Dr. Hema, I know you have a lot to say about your stuff that you have been doing, but please introduce yourself to our viewers about the great reasons that for which we have you today with us.
Hi, thank you. Thanks, Dr. Panu, for having me here. I am a practicing dentist. I practice in Lafayette, California, in San Francisco Bay Area. But besides practicing dentistry, I also have a passion of travel and adventurous travel in specifically. Hiking is something that I take it very seriously. Um, Not only I've hiked many trails around the world, but I've taken it to a level up. There is something that I find in Himalaya, in Nepalese and Tibetan Himalaya and Indian side as well. I find it peaceful, and I find that it's those are great mountain ranges to climb. And I actually have founded the company called Extolo Adventures, and I take people or small groups to the mountains for hiking and trekking expeditions, also mountain climbing as well. So that's kind of my like not non-day job that I take it very seriously, and I love doing what I do besides practicing dentistry.
Thank you so much, Dr. Hema.
Yeah.
We are really so fortunate to have you with us. So I will start today's program with, and when we are not talking, please turn your mic off. I'm going to ask the question to Dr. Atwal now. So I would request both other guests to click their microphone off. Dr. Atwal, please tell us about your background first, where from you did dentistry, and what got you into the things other than dental.
Right. So, well, my basic dentistry after my high schooling from Chandigarh, actually, I went into KLE's dental program in South India there. So, after graduating in 92, 93 time, I came to London, did some research with the European Cancer Research Group, and got my master's there at King's College London. Then I actually moved to the United States in 96. So, I believe I met you at Loma Linda University in 98 when I was going through the Loma Linda program. So I would say right after my graduation from Loma Linda, I came back to the Bay Area where, my family was there, my wife's family was there. I currently am in Danville. I counter commute here to Tracy, California for practice. Then I started from scratch, 0 patients, 6 weeks out of the school. I was looking for a job, and I was not finding the job that I wanted to have it, like a dream job, with all this education and passion and trying to do the things right way. So I thought, heck, we are in America, we're going to create jobs. So 6 weeks out of the school, actually, I signed up and I pretty much started my practice from 0 patients, and became reasonably successful. And, same team is with me for 20 years, and we've been rock and rolling with them. Dentistry had been passion. And for me, it was more like, when I the financial part was taken care, I always wanted to get back into mentoring. So 12 years ago, I joined UCSF School of Dentistry and basically started, mentoring and teaching as a faculty over there in restorative department right before they become dentists in the final year, fourth year. So that's what I've been doing on the side, apart from my clinical practice on Monday, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays. Thursdays, I go to UCSF in San Francisco, and I, sort of mentor, co-partnership, and teach students and so forth. Apart from all this, my passion had always been, doing extracurricular work. As Dr. Hema said, hiking is my passion too. I've been to Patagonia, Kilimanjaro, and other mountains. It really connects you to the nature, and it gets you at a very different level. It's been quite a journey, actually, balancing spiritual life, your practice life, your family life, and the extra things you want to do in your life there. What got me to, let's say, some of the projects was a lot of introduction by different people, those who've gone through a lot of atrocity, especially in Cambodia, where 1/4 of the population was killed back in the 70s. And I happen to know a few families, and I got involved with them in a project that we go and actually help out all these people as best as we can. So that's where I got more involved into this. An African project that I do, I got more involved because my maternal side is actually we are from Jalandhar originally in India. But my family, my maternal side, the Gill family, comes from East Africa, from Tanzania. So my great-grandfather was a physician. He had passed on. My mom, all my uncles, they were born and raised over there. So they all passed on, except we have one family left in East Africa. So I go back in their honor and actually do some work. So that's one of the motivation, driving factor for me to actually go back, and I'd heard a lot of stories during my childhood about Tanzania and Kenya and Uganda and all that. So basically, I go back since 2012. I've been going every other year, and we go through a British group, part of my alumni from England,
My name is Gurinder
Scotland,
Atwal, and
and
here's my assistant Laveda. We are here from California with Bridge to Aid organization, helping people of Chateau out here. We are one of the program is because this is a teaching program, and it teaches the local clinical officers how to take care of dental emergencies so that the clinical officers can go out and actually serve their own communities after we teach them. The best thing about this program is we are actually training them to relieve pain and also do some oral hygiene instructions and education.
Well, this is my first time in Africa, and I just think it's amazing. And the Bridge to Aid volunteering is just eye-opening, and I'm so glad to be here.
Lifts you. You come back with a different vigor to your practice, and you have a sense of belonging. That money is not everything, name is not everything. You are selflessly trying to do things to the best of your capability, even if it's the smallest thing. Apart from all this, I also am a yoga practitioner. At the NGOs, different meetings, I do teach art of meditation. How to basically balance your mind. I mean, if you don't have balance, if you don't have balance, we're not going to have a harmony. And if you don't have harmony, we're never going to have peace. So how do you strike that balance? How do you control your breath? And, how to have the greatest relationship and, do the best you can in your private life, in your spiritual life, in your, societal life, your practice life, still trying to find the balance, but, working on it. It's a work in progress forever. But I've had the privilege of meeting some really fine people over the period of time.
Thank you so much, Doctor. Looks like there is some serious internet problem going on. A lot of the frame were frozen. I'm getting a lot of messages from my friends. So I don't know what's wrong. So we might have to repeat the program. So we'll just continue. At least it's getting recorded on my computer. And if it has not been transmitted properly, we will telecast it at some other time. But it happens if one of us, or anyone amongst us, all four of us, has a internet connection that is getting interrupted. And I'll go to Dr. Sandhu now. Dr. Sandhu, please tell us more about especially what got you into the Air Force. As a dentist, a lot of people have done something, they have been trying to do some small things here and there on the side. But to actually join the Air Force and to reach at this wonderful position of a major, we are so proud of you. So how did it start? So tell us about the journey, please.
Thank you so much. Well, it started right from the day I was born. You can say that because I was born into a military family. My father was in the Indian Army. He served 33 years in active duty. So, I grew up in that environment. just lived in cantonment areas all over the nation. And that's the life I knew. In fact, I went out into the civilian world for the first time when I joined dental school in India, which was down south in Mysore. So that was the first time I stepped out in the civilian world. And I'm like, oh my gosh, this is how the rest of the world lives. It was an eye opener because we are very sheltered and very protected. At the same time, we are given much more freedom than our counterparts in the civilian side.
So Doc, tell us a little bit, because I'm hearing some keystrokes. So please don't use any keyboard. If anybody is using the keyboard, please.
Not me.
Yeah, okay. So don't use the keyboard.
Yes. So that was something that I always wanted to do, join the military, but then life took me elsewhere and joined dental school instead. Studied there. Then my parents, after my father retired, decided to come to the US. He felt there were more opportunities for us here. We moved here. I went to UCLA for 2 years and did my dental degree there. Then after graduation, just like how Dr. Atwal said, it was hard to find that dream job. You know, you come out, you have all these dreams that I'm going to do the best, I'm going to save the world and do all of that. But what came my way was not what I was looking for. A lot of corporate jobs, and that was not something that I wanted to do. So I kept looking and looking, but nothing was coming out. So that's when I got a job at Fort Benning in Georgia. That's an army base, a ranger base, and they were in need of a dentist. And at that point, I was ready to sign the dotted line and join the military and just go there. However, that was also the time I got engaged, and my husband was from a civilian background, and he was so worried. He's like, oh my gosh, you're joining the army. They're going to ship you off to Iraq or somewhere in the war zone, and very, very worried. And I was like, yes, that's what I want. This is why we joined the military, right? So, but he wasn't having it. And I was in more shock that, hey, who's this person who gets to say something in my life, right? But it is what it is. So then I did the next best thing. I actually did end up going to Fort Benning in Georgia. And I worked on the military, but that was as a civilian dentist. So there are those opportunities out there as well. There are a lot of areas where they just don't have a dentist organically within the military. And there's so many people getting deployed that they cannot keep up with the demand. So they do employ civilian dentists to come on base, and we get to work with our counterparts who are in the military. So that was my first job, and I loved it. It was awesome. We did ideal dentistry. There was nothing about production goals. Nobody is there asking you to produce, or how it is sometimes out there in that kind of the world. So it was perfect dentistry. I really enjoyed it. That got me thinking. I'm like, this is what I really want to do. Eventually, I bought right after that, it was for 6 months that I did that. And then I came back to the Bay Area, back to be with my family, bought my practice again, just started from scratch and built it up. But at the back of my mind, that feeling was still there, like you belong somewhere else. So after many, many years, I joined the Air Force. I was took the oath, and now I get to do what I've always wanted to do. Even though I don't do it full time, but I get my share. We get to go on missions all over the nation. We also get to train with other nations. There are numerous exercises that are done. In fact, the one I'm looking forward to doing is in Mongolia. It's coming up with 26 other nations, including India. They might be coming on there. So it would be nice to have an exercise there in Mongolia with all our other forces. So a lot of excitement. So that's what I like to do on the side. A little bit of acting. That's also a bug that caught me. So ended up doing a small movie on the side. That was fun. And I like tinkering with stuff. Being dentists, we are good with our hands. We like to apply, our
Dr.
hands.
Atwal, can you click your mic off, please? Dr. Atwal, can you please click your mic off so that, yeah, Okay, go ahead. Yes, Doc, go ahead.
So application with hands. So I like to be hands-on building stuff. So I also was able to build a beautiful tree house in our front yard, and this was another childhood dream that I wanted to do. So we built a really jazzed up one. It has 2 rooms, a whole suite up there with a bathroom complete with a tub and hot showers and a kitchen. So we do have people coming from all over the world that come and stay there and enjoy the view. So, it's good to get yourself mentally stimulated by other things, because dentistry, even though that's a passion, it can be draining. So we want to kind of step back and try and do other things so that we can keep our passion going also. So that's
Thank,
a little bit about me.
thank you so much. So for many of my listeners, they have been texting me that what is the program about. So let me just, I want everyone to put your, Dr. Yeah, thank you so much. So this program today is to see the other aspects of the dentist, their personal life, what are the other things that they do. So we all are part of the society, and we are with you in the front line in this COVID atmosphere that is going. We have been opening our offices with extreme caution to see the dental emergencies, and we want to ensure the public that we are in this fight along with other frontline workers. We are here in the society, and we have our many other things also in which many dentists have done their part to the society, so that you can see the dentist not only drilling the teeth, you can see what other things they have been doing. We have been very fortunate today. Dr. Atwal told so many wonderful things. He went to Africa. His grandparents from there. He's doing trekking in Kilimanjaro to honor them, and he's training the people there about oral hygiene. He's teaching yoga in different places of the world. Dr. Sandhu, she's serving the nation by working as a major. So all these things, and she's building a tree house at her home. And I don't have the picture today, but maybe next time, Doc, we would like to show everyone your pictures. And also, Dr. Sandhu has done some remarkable work in some movies, also some music videos. So all those things show us, like, we all are at that, like, human beings, like all other members of the society. And we want to do more of these talk shows in the few weeks, few months, to engage more dentists, so that we can try to develop a little harmonious atmosphere with the community, so that if anyone has any question about the dental problem also, please feel free to ask us during these talk shows, or later on, or through our channel, or send a direct message to your dentist. Dentists are available. Don't say that all dentists are closed. It's not like this. Dentists are taking the calls. They are able to triage. They are helping you to see what can be done in your best safety. So if some dentist is telling don't come, that is in your best interest, because dentist is figuring out, okay, that this procedure we can wait till the acute phase of the disease go away. So we are with you in this fight, and we really appreciate the actual frontline workers, the ER doctors, the nurses, the policemen, the fire brigade people, everyone, the truckers who are taking the grocery to places, and most importantly, the regular workers who are standing at the grocery store and the gas stations. They are open. They are risking their lives for us. So please appreciate everyone who is outside their home in this particular atmosphere trying to help you out. And now I will go to Dr. Hema Patel. Dr. Hema Patel has been an expeditionist. Like, she has got into serious tracking, and she also has her own company, Extolo Adventures. And the biggest thing which I like is that she has inspired so many dentists. Dentists have a different lifestyle. We get into ergonomic position issues, and we know our back and all, but a lot of dentist friends have gotten into better health, which is a wonderful contribution. Being a dentist, to inspire other dentists to do something like this on a serious level, to me, that's a wonderful contribution. She takes people, she has aligned with people in Nepal. So let's talk to Dr. Hema Patel now, who will tell a little bit more about her passion and how she gets involved into these kind of things, along with a busy dental practice in Fremont, California.
So my story is, like I said, I like anything outside. The fresh air and oxygen in the air kind of makes me happy. As I've traveled around the world and into different areas, this is Patagonia or Kilimanjaro or South America, Europe, all the destinations, I feel like more people should be out there. I think there are other alternates to resorts and cruise type of vacations. Um, uh, the trips that kind of makes you feel like rewarding, like when you if you feel like you achieved something. And I'm fortunate to have a good network of friends, and I've taken I started with friends and family, and now people are finding me. And I just like to encourage people to get out of their comfort zone, get out and see the world outside. It's more. There's more than the hotels and resorts and the comfort. And those vacations are fun as well. I like them as well. But when you do it, when you take a trip to any adventure, right? It doesn't have to be hiking. Hiking is particularly something that I like, but anything that you make effort to do, you have to train for it. You have to train for that activity. You have to put your mind and body and kind of center your um, align your whole body to connect with that particular activity. It could be running a marathon. It's the same thing. You know, you have to train for it, and when you finish that goal, you feel something different. And I think if you continuously do this type of activity or anything that inspires you, it affects or it relates to you in your normal day-to-day life. You can be it makes you achieve your goals at higher level. It could be in your business or your family, or I think it helps you in your personal life as well. That's how I feel. So I, I I I get totally excited when I see the group that I take to, and when everybody makes it to the goal, and I see those smiles, and I just feel like, you know, it's such a simple thing to do, but when more people do it, I it just gives me a joy. So that's my story. But I mean, I dentistry is something that I love to do, and I still practice. I practice in Lafayette. I was in Fremont for a long time, and that's how I got to know Dr. Panu as we practiced in Fremont. But yeah, it's just something that I like to kind of get. I like to help more people get out there to see the world, to see the other parts of the country, like the other parts of the world. Like Dr. Atwal said, you know, it's when you travel or when you meditate, when you do yoga or any of those, it just connects your mind and body. And I think you have to look outside your own personal life and your own um, business or corporate life that you get sucked into. You have to think about what you like to do, what personally you like to do. And the little trips or the adventures kind of makes you keep going. It keeps you healthy, and you just, you know, build a lifestyle around it. So yeah. Is there anything is there anything else, Dr. Panu, you want me to add here?
Yes, doc. So I'm going to ask, like, a lot of people,
Uh-huh.
they generally have a different perception of a dentist or a dental office or the people who are into
Right.
dentistry.
Hmm.
What is your what are we taking from this wonderful energy that you have, taking people to Himalayas, to Everest? Like, how does it tie with the general community society? What are listeners today, they need to, we're trying to show them like this wonderful work that you're doing. How do you think in general it's helping the community or the society, other than just taking care of their root canal pain or dental pain?
Yeah, it's totally, we're kind of trying to build, and this is what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to build a community of the people who at some point start to take their entire health and your body more seriously. Besides practicing dentistry, I love to talk about, you know, what they're into, or when even when I'm asking a healthcare questions, I'm not, you know, not not that I talk about my trips, but about their daily routine and about, you know, what they can do, or, you know, what they're doing, or what their daily activity level would be. And I feel that I think the community of people, or especially our Indian American community that we have, that we live in, um, if we get inspired from each other, as we always do, um, it's about time that we start taking our health and our mind, mental health and our physical health, start taking it more seriously. And I'm just hoping to touch more lives and inspire more people in this journey. It doesn't have to be, like I said, it doesn't have to be hiking. That's something that I personally like to do, but there are many other ways to achieve that. And more people I meet, I love to talk about those things to anybody that I meet, besides practicing dentistry. Dr. Pannu, you're muted. Um, your microphone. Yeah.
I myself keep forgetting. I'm not a
Yeah.
pro, and this is actually my first time I'm adjusting different cameras, so I don't even know how I was able to, how good it came out to
Well,
be. I'm trying to shift.
you're doing great.
Thank you, thank you so much.
Yeah.
I'm actually trying testing today how
There you
to
go.
adjust to different speakers. So forgive me, if I'm making some mistakes.
Absolutely. No
All right.
worries.
So today, we have about 10 minutes left. I got few questions from my friends, which we will be answering later on in the next episodes. I'm going to play a quick video now. Let's see that video. Then we'll talk to the person who is actually in that video. We will see what he has to tell us about that.
They're pretty good copycats.
You're a natural, Gurinder.
All right, Dr. Atwal. So we really would like to listen from you now. What was this about? And actually, one of my friend again texted he want to repeat it. So let me repeat this wonderful video. And actually, that's what people like to see, their dentists doing dance also. So let's repeat it, and then we'll come back to you. What were you doing in this video?
Well, they're pretty good copycats.
You're a natural, Gurinder.
Communities.
All right. So,
the moment
Dr. Atwal, you have to repeat it, please, because your mic was on off. Please go ahead. So what was happening in that video, Doc?
Okay, in the video, actually, right after we did the work, in the evening, the whole entire village kids would gather, and we would actually just dance and kind of celebrate the end of the day. They would actually call me Simba, like a lion, because that's what in the Swahili language is there. So I think they come across a lot of people with the turbans, and they would, anytime they would see me, they would say Simba, Simba. So we were just doing a Simba dance over there. Apart from my journeys to when I go for these work, we also adopt like some kind of an orphanage. I mean, I hate to talk about these things, like, because a lot of things are very private to me, but and a lot of people do these things. So, but with reservation and humility, I'm saying, like, we would go out and do some, help out some other people from some other things as well there. But at the end of the day, especially kids, if we bring a lot of joy in their hearts, I mean, it is just like, then there's no boundary. I mean, it's a fantastic feeling. So end of the day, we would either do a dance on Dancing Queen, that's one of the English songs, or we would do on some kind of a, just a, and end of the day, it used to be a show with the village kids, basically.
So, Doctor, what is happening in this particular picture? I see some religious garbs here. Who's in this picture?
Religious garb? I never saw anybody. Oh, you mean this picture? Oh, okay. Yeah. I see. This was just one of the, what would I say, lamas from monks. Yes. Monks from he was one of our patients, and we basically were taking care of his dental needs there.
All right. So I'm gonna play just one more. Thank you. I'm gonna just play one more video of you, and then we'll ask you a question about that video also.
My name is Gurinder Atwal, and here's my assistant Laveda. We are here from California with Bridge to Aid organization, helping people of Chateau out here. We are one of the program is because this is a teaching program, and it teaches the local clinical officers how to take care of dental emergencies, so that the clinical officers can go out and actually serve their own communities after we teach them. The best thing about this program is we are actually training them to relieve pain and also do some oral hygiene instructions and education.
Well, this is my first time in Africa, and I just think it's amazing, and the Bridge to Aid volunteering is eye-opening, and I'm so glad to be here.
We may be professionals. It's of no use if we don't go and pass down our knowledge and be of service. We're very privileged to be on the giving end rather than receiving end.
Right.
So I would say absolutely, volunteers should take time. I know it's time away from family and your practice, but one should take time off so that one can go and serve the underserved community. And it's a different kind of no words can describe it up
Very
until you
rewarding.
go and
It's very rewarding.
serve the people. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Adwal. This was wonderful. So please tell us a little bit more about this particular segment that we just showed.
Yeah, this video was actually just videoed by Bridge to Aid organization, just for, I think they wanted to make a clip and, put it on their website or something like that. But in a nutshell, it actually tells what we do. So we are teaching these, community kids, those who are called like clinical officers. So we teach them how to take care of dental emergencies, but also how to recognize any serious issues like HIV, like AIDS symptoms, like oral manifestation of AIDS and so forth. Knowing your limitation, like when to refer and who to refer, because for 60 million people, there's only one dental school in Dar es Salaam, and that only graduates 60 people a year, 60 to 80 people a year. So these clinical officers you are seeing, they can actually do birthing. They can give, they can assist in birthing. They can do medical treatment. Dental standpoint, in 8 days, we taught them what we teach our students in 2 years at UCSF, how to give a safe shot, how to take a tooth out, how to drain an abscess, when to know your limitation. And it's a pretty daunting job for 9 days continuously from nothing to getting to that point, taking their written exam, and then actually getting so that they can get out in their own community, because their tribal people only trust their tribes. They don't want any people from outside. There's a lot of mistrust. So if a Kikuyu tribe or Mwambe tribe person is there, they will trust their own people, and then they will just basically get their dental treatment and most of the dental treatment is extraction or some form of cleaning or some serious infections that you see actually. So basically, my staff member, Lavera, was with me that year. And, this was her first time out of San Joaquin County from the United States.
Wow.
And it was quite a journey for her actually to go and witness. I didn't even realize, like, every night she was bawling in her room. Like, she had seen people from her own racial background in such a light that, their leader, they're standing in front in the hotels, they're flying planes, they're doing all sorts of things that she never imagined. So it was very empowering for her. And I didn't actually do it for that reason. I just wanted to, she'd been with me for, she's sitting right in front here. So she's been with me for 20 years. I just wanted to do something, before she retires. So I said, hey, you want to take this journey with me? She said, yeah, sure, Doc. And I think I was very humbled, and I was very grateful that, we saw a lot of things through her eyes, and it was a great connection, fantastic group of people from England. And we just had a time of a life, actually. That was awesome.
Thank you so much, Doc. So we have only 3 minutes. I just have one quick question for you. So where are you in this picture? What is your role in yoga? Are you a trainee or you are a trainer?
I'm actually a trainer. I've done 2 years of teachers training program, and it was mainly for mind body. That was in 2005 that my journey started. And it was all to become more active rather than reactive in certain situations. So I do practice yoga as, not necessarily, going into like, you have to sort of filter, when you learn from people and community members and so forth, you have to filter out and see, what fits your agenda or what fits your needs, and then respect other people's, philosophies and all that, and kind of filter out. And whatever it's, you come in acceptance with that. And then basically I'm trying to share that with our NGOs, the non-governmental organization, all these people, those who go for these. So we have a great time. Every morning we would basically, do some physical aspect and some mental aspect, and we'd have a great time, actually.
Thank you so much, Doc. Really appreciate your wonderful insight. I'll quickly go to Dr. Hema Patel now. Dr. Hema, do you have any closing statement for today, please, for our wonderful listeners who have been very patient? They have been listening and texting. We won't take any dental questions today, but please, do you have any few more words to say? Thank you.
Yeah, the only thing I would like to say is if there is anything that you think that you wanted to achieve or you wanted to do in your life, it could be jumping off an airplane, something, do something extreme. And of course, you have to be safe. But if you are sitting on anything, just go ahead and do it. There is, once you get into it, you put your mind into it, you train yourself to it, nothing is impossible. Um, just like I tell people that climbing or hiking to the base of the Mount Everest is not that hard. It's not that hard. I've done it a number of times. I've have taken a lot of people, and people have done it with me. These are the people, just like anyone, just like me. I don't consider myself an athlete or anything, but you just train. And so if you're sitting on anything, I just encourage that just go ahead and do it, and you will be able to. So that's just my my thing, that once you decide that you want to do something, you'll do it. It could be personally, professionally, or something big that you want to achieve. Just go for it and train for it. Dr. Pannu, you're muted again.
Sorry. Okay. So thank you so much, Dr. Patel. And so we have now the last guest from today, Dr. Puneet Sandhu. We would like you to say some closing words, please, for our show today.
Thank you for having us. This is really good what you're doing here, Dr. Panu, because a lot of people, we have our careers and we're stuck in it, and people don't get to see the other side of our lives. We are also humans. So you're bringing that aspect out. And also how creatively everybody's doing their own little thing, following their own passions. And like Dr. Patel said, if you have a passion, just go for it. Just try out new things. And I'm just amazed by seeing what Dr. Atwal has done. I'm inspired. I mean, I felt like I was doing a lot in my life, but now I feel like I want to join him and go out there on all these missions and do more. So what you're doing is really good because you're putting the word out there for others to see what is achievable out there. Bringing this aspect out for others is amazing, because then who knows what other people might get inspired to do. I think we bounce ideas off of each other, and that energy just builds up. So it will be an inspiration, I'm sure, to other people to do things maybe they were wanting to do in life, but they've been putting it on the back burner. So I'm glad I was here. I'm glad I got to meet all of you, and just wanted to say, stay safe. We'll all get out of this together.
Thank you so much, everyone. So it was a very wonderful show. I really enjoyed it thoroughly. Talking to my own dental peers, we all have been talking to each other about the dental issues, about the issues that we are going to face in the dental offices after the COVID opens. But on the other hand, we also have a moral duty to keep interacting with the public so that we have a good communication built. We all have been trying to do in a way like answering the calls and all. But I think these public appearances in some way or other are going to be helpful too. So all our listeners, if you know of any dentist who have done something creative, who has done something for contribution to society, you can please reach out to me, to Dr. Atwal, Dr. Patel, Dr. Sandhu. They can do their own show, or I'm more than glad to bring them over here. So this is more like a way for us to reach out to the community, that we are with you. We really appreciate everyone who's working on the front line. Once again, the nurses, the doctors, the truckers, the people who are at the grocery store, the people who are working at the gas stations, people in the police, you name it. Even the politicians who are working around the clock to get that PPP loan, sorted out. All these people are actually working for us. They are working around the clock, and nobody knows the correct answer, the right way or wrong, because we don't have anything in the back to follow on. Like, we always have, okay, let's copy that. There's nothing like that. So this is all new. But with the support of each other, we will surely overcome it, and we shall thrive and look forward to it. And just as we say, Dr. Atwal, Chardi Kala. So let's stay in the positive, upbeat. And Sat Sri Akal, thank you so much. It was really wonderful to have you all here. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Srikal, thank you.
Okay,
Thanks.
thanks. Okay.
Good job.